We have a plant order to fill. So this person did place an order on my Etsy for common blue violets. My lovely chickens that provide for my home, provide for me, provide for my store. They murdered all of my common blue violets. This video on my TikTok of my chickens in my wheelbarrow, yeah, I had a bunch of the violets planted in there, and I didn't think it was gonna be that big of a deal because I had a bunch of violets growing on the ground around the wheelbarrow, but apparently they ate all of them too. So when I went out last night to get some ready, this little baby right here with no leaves was the only violet that I could find. All of these that are in here, you can see this very pretty flower up here. These are all inch plants, and I potted them separately as a bundle for whenever I was selling a person, but because she ordered 2 violets and all I have is one that is very sad, you can kind of see this little heart-shaped leaf. I'm gonna give this to her. I did check with her to make sure that she was cool with me sending her a different type of plant other than just a violet, since the one violet that is in here is sad, but we're gonna package this up along with the rest of her order and send it her way. So this plant did come from, I pulled all of them up from outside. We are going through a little bit of a dry period right now in Alabama, but it's simply because we're also going into fall that these leaves are really not looking happy, but I promise the plant is happy, healthy. I am using a reused apple juice container, and I did drill some holes in the bottom, but it's really good at holding moisture. There has been a lot of new growth out of these inch plants, and these are 3 different types of inch plants that I do sell on my Etsy store and will also be selling on my TikTok shop as well. But because traveling can be really hard on plants, I'm just getting rid of all of these like dead and dying leaves because I don't want all the plants to sit here and try to basically revive those leaves or be giving moisture to these leaves that are looking like this. Whenever I'm packaging plants, I want to make sure I'm protecting the leaves. These plants, they're creeping. They're literally known as like the creeping inch plant. It's because they literally creep. So pushing these over is not going to be bad as long as I'm the one who's doing it to make sure that it's going to be safe and comfortable for the plant. Also, covering the top of the plant, make sure that this dirt doesn't get out. And this dirt I've been watering regularly. It's been in this pot for probably about 2 weeks now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this bag and I'm going to put it over the plant like this. And the thing is, like, this is literally just a bag that I got from Dollar General whenever I went and shopped for groceries. 1, it's affordable for me, but 2, it's just good to try and reuse things like this so that I'm not going out and buying more things to use for packaging that's going to be bad for the environment. Usually whenever I'm like sending trees or plants that aren't already in a pot, what I will do is take dirt, a wet herb towel or something like that, and put it in one of these bags and then put the tree or the plant in there where the roots can still pull nutrients from the dirt and can still get moisture, and I will send it that way. But since this one's already in a pot, I'm just packaging it around, and you see this is kind of sticking out. So what I'm going to do, instead of tying this tightly, I'm just going to take another little bag. There's a receipt in there. I'll take another little bag, pop it right over just like this. And now this plant is secure without being like pinned down and breaking the plant. It's protected, but not smushed. Next thing is finding like a box that is going to be comfortable for it. Again, I keep boxes and use those in shipping. And I think this one is going to be a good fit. Oh my goodness, that is literally a perfect fit. Now we're going to put some packing filler in here. So I've talked about this a lot, but I have my own production company called Enhanced Productions. I tag it and Mage Farms in this video. I work in film a lot, and so sometimes I work in film as an individual, sometimes I work in it as Enhanced, but either way, we always have tons of paper left over at the end of productions. And I'm not one of those people that just likes throwing things away, especially if you can get some type of use out of it, because again, I try to save the environment as much as I possibly can, and these are trees. So what I do is I take the confidential paper that has to be shredded, and I keep it locked away and keep it safe. Whenever I need packaging supplies, I take it out of where I have it locked up and I shred it. And that's what I use as my packing filler for whenever I'm filling orders. Something else that she did order was a couple of charm bags, so I am gonna grab those and go ahead and put them in there because they are smaller. So I'm gonna put them up toward the top and then put the plant on top of them. So I do have these right here. I have 2 left. I will make more, but they smell so good. But anyways, yeah, these are just little lucky charm bags that I also sell. Now, because she was such a trooper about not being able to get both of her violets, and she was cool with me putting inch plant in there instead, I technically gave her more of an expensive plant because that was a trio, but I don't care. I am a giver, and I just like giving people things, especially when they're nice and understanding. So I'm also going to give her a free smudge bundle. For size comparison, these are the large ones and these are the small ones. These are mini ones that are special made for somebody, and I will announce that sometime soon. I'm going to give her one of these. And we're just gonna slide this probably like right in here. I wanna make sure everything is snug and comfortable. Put it like that. There we go. Look at that. And now we're just gonna slide the plant right on top and make sure that it is nice and tucked in. I'm gonna press it in so that it is snug, but I don't wanna smush anything. And now I'm just gonna take some more paper and kind of fill in these corners. So we have got this all packed up. You can see I've got the paper in here, keeping it nice and snug. And so I'm just gonna put on top this little thing right here that has a thank you message and our QR code and logo. And then this message that I send to, I just started doing this, but I send it to people who make purchases. So basically the note says, and this goes for anybody, if you make a purchase through Mage Farms and it is one that is shipped to you, so it's not like a tarot reading, but it's something that you physically buy, if you will take the paper that is in your package, and if you will start your own compost or you will contribute to your compost and send me a picture of that on any of the accounts that are tagged on the paper, then you will get 10% off your next order if you make a social media post showing you and explaining you contributing to the compost and tag us. And it doesn't have to be you specifically putting it in a compost if you want to recycle your own paper because you have a recycling paper kit. I plan to get one of those and print this stuff on there in the future. But if you have something like that, or you take your things to a paper recycling plant or something like that, if you will just make a post about it and tag the accounts, you will get 25% off your next order. Now I will just be taping this bad boy up, getting our label, and taking it to the post office.